Join the Music Universe podcast for this special social media extra from CRS 2021.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Music Universe podcast extras. I'm Matt, along with Buddy, and our guest is Jack Williams. We're coming to you from the CRS 2021. Jack, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, thanks. Cold outside, but I'm doing good. I'm inside of it.
You in Nashville?
Uh-huh.
Love that.
And we're just starting the second wave right now. I was just looking out the window, and we're starting to get the second storm that they've been telling us about the whole time.
Have you been basically homebound besides COVID? I mean, forced in because of this?
This whole week, yeah. This whole week, my son's home from school. They just canceled the rest of the week. And I've got a four-wheel drive truck. I mean, if I needed to get out, I could, but my wife would rather I didn't. So,
yeah, totally. Well, you know, we're kind of being introduced to you. So if you don't mind, share a little bit about yourself and about your music that you've got, and maybe, you know, some socials where we can tag you and people can find you.
I've got a website, hjackwilliamsmusic.com, and I've got a video out, A Wonderful World, and it's on all the platforms. It's on YouTube. It's on my channel on YouTube. It's on all the channels. And that's the newest project that we've done. We wanted to record A Wonderful World because my publisher thought it would be a good song for me to do a version of for sync purposes. And then after we did it, we decided to do a video of it because it was just about the time when all heck was breaking loose in America. And we just said, man, let's show the beauty and the tragedy and beauty and the tragedy of the world right now and end up with the beauty. And we did. And that's what we're doing right now. And I'm also in the middle of a new record. I know it seems kind of weird for me to be doing a new record, but everybody seems to like what I'm doing, and it's coming from a real place. And I've been writing songs all my life for other people, and now I'm doing it myself, and it seems really cool. I'm really excited about it.
Can you describe your style of country?
My style of music is probably wouldn't say it's. I would say it's. I mean, if I was to say anything close to country, it would have been early John Prine. If I was to say what is my style like, it's probably a combination between John Prine, Tom Waits, and Leonard Cohen. How about that?
Fair enough.
In a true modern way.
Love that. Who all have you written for? You mentioned writing for a bunch of other artists. Who have you written for? And yeah.
Well, my career started out, and I wrote for The Who. That was my first publishing deal. They didn't cut any of my songs, but they got me hooked up with a band called Uriah Heep, who at that time was one of the big four: Uriah Heep, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, and Deep Purple. And they recorded five of my songs, and then I came back from England and came to America. Greg Allman recorded a song of mine that I wrote with Warren Haynes. And then the Oak Ridge Boys recorded a couple songs. And then Montgomery Gentry and Little River Band and Blackfoot and Kevin Costner's recorded a handful, and I had a song in Yellowstone and a song in a couple other movies, and a variety of indie country artists that have done well on their own, but aren't big signed artists.
Oh, crosses the gamut there. I mean, you got heavy metal to you know, classic rock to country, classic country. I mean, that's a pretty good repertoire there.
I wanted to do that. I really did. That's what I set out to do when I wanted to be a songwriter. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a songwriter that was a songwriter for all. You know, I came to Nashville. I'm still in Nashville. I don't think I left it, but for a few years in the late 80s and early 90s. But I mean, I was a published writer and have been a published writer for the last 25, 30 years, writing songs for country music for the country radio world. And I still love doing that. But I also love writing what I'm doing now too.
Have you been forced to do a lot of Zoom writes like everybody else over the
Oh yeah.
pandemic?
Yeah, but I don't, you know what? I like it. I don't mind it. I mean, at first it was just getting used to the thing that we were talking about earlier, the stepping over each other. I think that was the only thing at first that it was hard to get used to, because when you're writing together, when you got three guys in a room and you're writing together and you all can be, oh, hey, you know what? And everybody can kind of unconsciously or consciously hear what the other guy's saying. But in the Zoom, everybody's got to sort of shut up and let that guy talk. And if you got an idea, you got to kind of wait. Oh, let him finish. Listen, so that's, once you get used to that, then you go with the ebb and flow of Zoom and, or whatever other thing that you're using. I don't mind it at all, honestly. It's better than not writing with somebody.
Well, there you go. You know, it's got its pros there.
So tell us about this music you have coming out and what we can expect from it.
The new music that I've got coming out now on my album is it's dark and it's real, and it's a cross between it's got its own sound. I don't know how to explain it to you, but except that it's something new. And I suppose if you were to turn on your favorite TV show, so if you were to turn on Yellowstone, or if you were to turn on Justified or Deadwood or one of those TV shows, and you listen to the music and the songs on there, that's the style of music that this is. I'm trying to write really guitar driven. It is guitar driven. For example, the day before yesterday, I had Dwayne Betts from the Almond Betts Band and Drew Smithers from Bishop Gunn. Both of those guys came in and played on a song on the album. And on Friday, Tom Bukovac, who's probably one of the biggest session players in town here in Nashville, plays on all the hit country songs. He plays with Joe Walsh, plays with Ringo Starr. He's going to play on 2 songs. And then in the next month or so, as soon as their doctor clears them and says they're ready to go, I think Gary Rosington and Ricky Medlock from Leonard Skinner are going to play on a couple songs. So it's all guitar driven with my raspy voice. And the songs are very melodic, because I come from a melodic place from writing songs in Nashville all these years. There's a little bit of metal in them from being the metal in the early years. So I think people will like it. They seem to have liked it so far. So I think they're going to really like it.
Yeah. Well, do you have a release date yet?
Just Wonderful World is out. Excuse me. Wonderful World is out. I have an EP release that we're going to re-release, because we didn't do a big release on it last year when I first put it out. It's called Already Dead, but it's out there on it's out there on all the platforms right now. And that is what's led to this album. But we're gonna do a quick re-release of Already Dead to get people ready for the album. And then and the album's got, I've co-written a song with Heidi Newfield from Trick Phony. She's got a song on there, and she's going to be singing on that and playing harp with me on that. And I've got a song, Kevin Costner co-wrote a song on there. Another actor, W. Earl Brown, who played Deadwood Dan in Deadwood and Something About Mary, he co-wrote a song on there with me. And so we got a lot of great co-writes on there too, of people that are in the business and have done some things and are going to be part of this album.
Right on. And can people find you on social media?
Yes, hjackwilliamsmusic.com.
Right on. We'll have to check it out.
Hearing you tell your story and everything you've done in music, oh my goodness, what a treat to talk to you, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've been having fun this week. I think there's been a lot of surprises. I think people thought that I was something different than what they were getting, but it has ended up good every time. Like everybody's enjoyed it because I've written with a lot of people and done a lot of things a lot different than a lot of the writers in town have, but still maintained the integrity of being a Nashville songwriter. So, and Nashville is the songwriter capital of the world. So why shouldn't every kind of songwriter live here?
Yeah, each to their own, and it sounds like it's working for you.
It is, and and I still like writing commercial country. I love commercial country. I mean, I listen to Morgan Wallen endlessly. So and Chris Stapleton. So I love that kind of music. So,
well, since you mentioned Morgan, before we let you go, what do you think of the whole controversy around radio not playing him?
I think it's a terrible thing. I think it's a terrible thing. I've said it openly on my Facebook side. I've said it on my Instagram side. I said it everywhere. I've said it in every interview I've been in. I don't think no one should have their career taken away from them for one mistake. The guy made a mistake in his backyard. He said he was sorry. Let's move on. And I think he is sorry, but I don't think they should be ripping him of all his hard work and everything because he made a mistake like that. I don't think he didn't mean nothing by it. Honestly, I believe that's just how he was raised. And some people just make mistakes, and he made one. And I don't think he should be penalized like this.
Yeah, the cancel culture that we're in just isn't healthy for anybody.
It's not right. It is not right. Call him to the carpet, make him make a public apology, make him do whatever you want, but don't take his career away from him. For God's sakes, that one does not have anything to do with the other,
And that's I think the harsh part about social media too, is everybody has this opinion that they can gain up against people for just disagreeing with them.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I think the world's getting I think we might see a bit of a change. That's my philosophy. I don't know. I think that I know that I can feel a difference in America now than I could a month ago. I know I don't wake up every day and look at the news and go, oh my God, what's going to happen? I know that everybody feels a lot calmer, whether they want to admit it or not, they do. The United States is a lot calmer than it was. So I think good things are around the corner. People are getting healthier. COVID's going down. People are getting their shots. But yet they got to take a little guy like that who's just getting started and just hit it really, really big and deserved everything that he got. He worked for everything that he got. And then they rip it away from him because he made a mistake.
Well, if it's any consolation, his album is #1 for the 5th consecutive week on Billboard.
Good for him. Good for him. And it's that good. It deserves to be #1. It's not #1 because there's no reason. There's not a song on there that I wouldn't play over and over and over again. And it's way beyond my age group, but I love it. I think there's some great songwriting on there. And some of the great writers in town wrote those songs, along with Morgan. So, there's some good stuff. There's some really good stuff on the radio today, and they shouldn't have been jerked him off of it. But you asked.
We appreciate the candor. Really love that from somebody who's been watching this industry for decades and has his own successes in it and sees what's happening. H. Jack Williams, what a pleasure. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me so much. I really appreciate this.